Hello. 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 Anyway, we are alive. Of course. The one thing that refuses to work. 1 second. I'm not. I'm gonna force it to work again. Because I can hear the audio. Also, you might be noticing that you don't see the background anymore. Yeah, I finally was able to fix it. I was finally able to fix the background. Because this entire time I actually wanted to get transparent, to have it transparent. Yeah, I was actually finally able to do it. So, yeah, now you can actually see me. Just me. Yeah, I didn't actually like the background, but fine.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrten.
Anyway, we go back here. Genshin is like really wonky. There we go. So I have to wait. Oh, it's Rosaria's birthday. The falling? Another? There we go.
Traveler, hurry!
There we go.
It's almost time for us to join Hotel for dinner! Ooh, and we'll be meeting at Shinua Kiosk. It's the place with a really long wait list. As expected of the parlor director, always so generous. Come on, let's go!
Alright. Those buys on future. Wait. Yeah, no, I was able to fix my thing.
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
Oh. That's where my couch. That's where. Of course it goes back there.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Whoa, there's so many people here. All we knew was that Hotel invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends. Happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Yeah.
Likewise. Please take a seat.
Happy Lantern Rite! Are you having fun?
I become musically cultured. I'm learning a lot.
Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this. I heard that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Made it here. Nice, bro.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
There is a drop, a Genshin drop going on right now, so do partake in that.
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Changyu.
Hold on. Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try! See? Someone here knows how to encourage people. Thanks, Paimon. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli, too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that really drove it home for me. Oh, so that's what you were talking about before we arrived.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally revolved around cooking. Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody dancing on the tongue. My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always deliver.
Junglin is not
Now
motivated.
I'm getting embarrassed.
It's been done.
Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the
What's been
recipe
done?
based on Mr.
What did you
Zhongli's
do?
advice.
That sounds like it might become a little safer to eat.
How about I sample the dishes next time?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're missing someone. Oh, Huta was the one who invited us, but she's not here. And where's Guoba? Oh, Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept Hu Tao's invitation. As for Hu Tao...
The
Hu
director
Tao?
went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being. Seems like it's almost time.
Huh? Hu Tao went to fetch someone in person? Oh, that must mean they are super important.
Oh.
Could it be Kuching? Ningguang? Or Captain Beto?
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
Yes. Where's up? What
Ta-da! We're here!
did you bring? What did you bring?
Oh, we're not late to the party, right?
Yes, you are.
Right? Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And
Zhao.
whoosh, we made it just in time.
I have not seen this one thing every 10 seconds. I have not seen this. You know what? I have not seen my question of the day go off. Yeah, it's weird. Is the bot broken? I think the bot's broken. Because usually I'll have like auto chats, like auto things going around. Let's see. Question of the day, one shall ask. Oh. I have not had this, one of my timers goes off for some time. I hope that nothing happened to my timers. Be very weird. Because I noticed that, in my, thing. I noticed that. And I know I'm just like noticing it now, but it's like, it's kind of interesting. Like, what happened to my nightbot? Hang on. Let me do something real quick. I'm right now troubleshooting something. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, no, it's hasn't been working for some. Oh, I think I see why. Because it was logged in to the wrong one. That probably explains it. Let's see. No, that did not work. If Nightbot wants to work, Nightbot wants to work. I can't get that bot going most of the time.
So the important guest is the conqueror of demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Leo's peace, Adeptus Alatus. To convene here with all of you is indeed a great honor.
Zhao is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, sorry about that hold a little delay. I was not I was not expecting my Nightbot to not be working. Bit weird. That's fine.
It's almost lantern right. Yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Huh. Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with
What
Chef
did you do, bro?
Yin and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Zhang... Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances, so there's no need to be this formal. I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close now.
We're old friends.
Great. You two sit together.
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh, finally remembered me. When we arrived just now, the hosts at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
Delicious looking being
Paimon
has
would have
arrived.
never guessed the person who Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
You know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations. Hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Changyun has brought that name up quite a few times in the past. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcists.
Ahem.
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again. Happy Lantern Rite.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu, Xiangling and Changyun's friend. The pleasure is all mine.
Whoa, everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Paimon doesn't know what she should say anymore. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons, please accept Paimon's greetings too. Belated Happy Lantern Rite.
Belated isn't the right word to use here.
Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. Too much formality kills the atmosphere. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells.
What's your true intention then?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky, bidding farewell to the past and embracing the present with joy. And that is something our consultant would say. I think it deserves a standing ovation.
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all worked really hard this year, whether traveling or guiding, cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, or conquering demons. And of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the parlor every now and then. Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Wow.
Sounds kind of self-important, but Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming. He rarely ever enters Liyue Harbor after all.
I'm curious, how did she?
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of Demons, Adeptus Xiao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn, hero of Dihua Marsh. I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
So Hu Tao just asked, like, hey, you want some dinner?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Smart guess.
Huh? There's more to it?
It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the guardian yakshas. You know, just to be sociable.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape death. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him.
Was he worried about his karma?
You know him pretty well, huh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted with elemental power. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy, so he's probably the most resilient.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl? Hey, don't look away.
Huh? What?
What?
I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw that too. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that, he'd definitely make you eat all your carrots.
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he that uncompromising? But now that I think of it, Xianglin told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
You seem pretty quiet today. Is everything all right? Not used to being around so many people.
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend.
Oh,
Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
that's good to hear. Given everything you did, given everything you didn't eat. You don't eat the paimon. Or you don't eat the paimon. That's funny.
You should know him. He's...
Seeds of story, brought by the wind.
And cultivated by time. Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that saying? That voice. Could it be?
If I'm not mistaken, there's someone knocking at the door. Don't just sit there, Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in.
No such need. I'm coming in.
God damn it, Sventy.
You finally let me in. Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
Hey, look, Pro, it's your favorite. Archon, it's Venti, the one that we just recently farmed for and got to level 80.
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. It looks like we're gonna be friends. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. Help yourself. Oh, I'll ask them for another set of cutlery.
This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most authority here.
Oi.
Whoa, these dishes look amazing. Is it really okay for me to join in? All right, I'm digging in.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genu?
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 Yup. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genu's works, aren't you? I met Xingqiu at a light novel convention. Oh, how I wish we'd met sooner. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genyu's new novel as thoroughly as I could.
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Well, he's my old pal too.
Yeah! Xiao, you remember me too, right? We had a chat not long ago.
Yes, yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to run into this...
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, remember? And bards go around singing wherever they like.
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in Dihua Marsh. It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help but stay and listen.
Thank you for your patronage.
So that's how it is. That's
I
it.
understand now, too. I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you, new friend.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsatisfactory, let me know anytime.
That's very considerate of you.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant.
These two are being
Oh,
slick.
you're too nice, Venti. Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know. From the sophisticated way he speaks, it's hard not to suspect that he could very well be an adeptus in disguise. Xiao, you're an adeptus. Do you think it might be possible?
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge in that matter.
Don't put Xiao on the spot.
Really? But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable.
Paimon, play along.
Huh? Oh, right! Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often, so it's, pretty normal for him to not know anything. Yeah.
Paimon, you God damn it. You're not slick.
Really? I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhongli before. The guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup of hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like yourself in Mondstadt. I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him as the best bard in Mondstadt.
Now you're making me embarrassed. I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill sometimes. There's one I heard a while back that went, "The old house is renewed, welcoming the spring breeze, awakening old memories." The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of literary flair.
I think so too. The composition needs a little jazzing up. If I were to give it a go, I'd make it an old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine.
Oh, good one! It feels unique and has a nice ring to it.
You have great taste, Venti. I was right about you. Let's shake hands.
Of course, of course. Hey, Xingqiu. Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some well-written ones. I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those two.
I don't think it's your fault.
Chongyun's right. It's not our fault.
Watch and learn from Hu Tao and Venti. This will come in handy for your ugly nicknames.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the Tone Deaf Bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern Rite too?
I heard that Liua will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly resist the temptation to come take a look? Or listen. Getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think?
Huh, the music wasn't planned beforehand.
As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him.
Thank you. You must feel very grateful.
Don't think anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Shinue Kiosk, but no one seemed to notice me. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind?
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, Liyue Harbor begins bustling with activity. People are all busy watching the lanterns,
Wu-Tao and
strolling
Venti
around
friendship
the shops,
unlocked.
and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. It is rather difficult to predict another's whereabouts. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with friends, new and old. This is no doubt a wonderful occasion worth celebrating. To come together with all of you at the beginning of the year, one can't help but be filled with joy. In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together.
4-star.
In my case,
5.
tea in lieu of wine.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was exactly what I wanted to say. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble barging in like that, did I?
No,
We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea, I'll give a toast with tea too. Everyone, thanks for the treat.
You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. May this year be better than the last. Considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts. Should we?
Yeah.
What's with the urgency?
Are you done eating? Wanna help for a bit?
Sure.
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal. Helps with digestion.
Paimon will come too.
You're still hungry, right?
Yeah?
Don't worry, we'll be back soon.
Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
The one time where we can actually... that look. I clipped it.
Let's depart. You go ahead. Are you all right?
I should be the one asking you that.
It's hard to describe.
Unfamiliar with gatherings?
It's not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. Even I got dragged along to their gatherings many times. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart. It never gets too complicated. But this time...
I understand, it's all Zhongli's fault. I understand, it's all Venti's fault. I want to say Zhongli, it's more like Hu Tao's, or I want to say... I still blame Venti.
No. I didn't mean that. So you know his true identity. I'll get straight to the point then. The Animo Archon is a free spirit, and his temperament is as carefree as the music he plays on the flute. It's easy for a god like him to live in harmony with humans, and that's something I might never be able to do.
You don't have to be like them, you do you.
That does sound like something you would say. No matter. I know my circumstances.
What is the option that
Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you,
it's all Zhongli's fault.
it feels strangely novel.
Strange in a good way?
The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. I had made mental preparations before agreeing to come. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power, and I knew that you would be here. But I didn't expect the other guests to be...
No one would have
General
guessed.
Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself. I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are. I'm not intruding, right?
You're not. What is it?
Hu Tao saw that everyone's done eating and asked the staff to bring out the desserts. Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching.
But not so anxious that she can't eat. Sounds like she'll be okay.
And to be honest, I was kind of worried too. You looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something Yan Xiao made.
You're worrying too much.
Now, don't pull any Luminec wind cycles on us.
Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
Please wait! There's another reason why I came looking for you. Here, take these. I brought them for you.
Almond tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends as well. I visit him at Wangshu Inn sometimes to discuss our cooking. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu, so I learned a thing or two about the dish from him.
You went for venting?
Honest, before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guests she planned to invite, and asked me for some suggestions on what she should order.
Okay, here we are. Left turn right. That doesn't help. I don't know. Yeah, so no one really actually posted anything like that. It's kind of another reason why I hope that they archive all the cutscenes, and we can just always change the our dialogue option so you can see the branches again.
So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a token of gratitude for your support. When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Guava. Thanks, Shaolin. Thanks, Guava.
Thank you for the trouble. There was no need to... I'll take them. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yan Xiao cooks. Please let me know if there's any improvements I should make.
Okay.
That's all. Alrighty, we should head back now. We can't keep Paimon waiting.
Yes, I can. pretty quick. You're only angry because you have no sense of time.
How could you say that to Paimon? In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of fullness looks like. Your dessert is all Paimon's.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious business to take care of. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
It's striving to be more like Hu Tao, Paimon.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves something ceremonious.
Oh? Is this some local custom?
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side, that's all. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner on the table. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest among us all. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in all our endeavors in the new year.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of Hu Tao.
I didn't see it. I couldn't find anything
And
that has
speaking of the most
Zhongli.
distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener, even for a bard who has traveled all across the world. If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wielder of unlimited strength.
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone...
Why does it feel like Zhongli and Venti are going at each other's throats? And Paimon is still angry at me. Why is Paimon angry at me? Besides her not having a good sense of time. She better not eat my dessert.
I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me just because I'm your boss. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, I shouldn't be involved in this discussion at all. Now that we've enjoyed this table full of delicacies, how about we let our one and only chef here do the honors?
Is this really the way this works? I didn't cook any of these dishes.
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition. The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Me?
Why does Paimon feel like we're back at square one again? Please stop! You're making me embarrassed. If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Everyone's just teleporting
Don't
around.
get me involved in this.
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all sure to make a huge sum of mora in the new year.
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good health and happiness. Which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe from evil spirits.
Huh? Now you're nominating me?
I feel bad for
I
Zhongli.
can't be the one when we have the Conqueror of Demons right here. Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today. We should...
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here.
Is he gonna say Zhongli?
You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observations.
Wait, don't. Mate,
One
don't.
person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
I'm about to stab him.
Oh, that's right! Even though you're always mocking Paimon, you're still pretty popular with other people.
Ja, I'm about to stab you.
No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again.
Not the only well-connected person here, though.
Huh? Who else is there?
Take a look in the mirror.
Huh? Huh? Does that mean Paimon's the most distinguished guest? Oh, well, that was unexpected!
I agree. Paimon's just the one we need. Without a friend constantly by your side, a long journey would become dreadfully lonesome. But once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way will become lively and vibrant too.
Ah. The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon, they would have become quite monotonous. Paimon plays an indispensable role in making your journey a happy and smooth one.
An annoying one.
You guys, Paimon's not used to being praised like that. Those were genuine compliments, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
You just have a bad sense of time.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
That is indeed true.
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler as Guoba is to me. Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any objections before we proceed?
I trust the traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us. Here you go. Take the match, and don't burn yourself. But if things go really wrong, here's the 2-for-1 coupon.
How did you mess that up? I wanted to see that animated. Like, come on.
It's getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Food and desserts were delicious.
Yep, the tea was amazing too.
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember to come when I invite you next time. Let's see. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home. As for the rest of the guests, I'll leave them to our consultant. No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as Mr. Zhongli. I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime.
Alright.
It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow. Bye. Oh, we should write poetry together sometime. We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's something I need you to do.
Understood. See you later. Well then.
Rex Lapis.
Just Zhongli will do. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire to rest at sundown. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as Adeptus Shao.
Heaven forbid.
Let's stop teasing him now.
I meant what I said. I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained a lot more knowledge about the past? The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand in variety too. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a few things about her research topic. From the evidence she found and the conclusion she made, her area of research is already very close to the truth. But there are multiple sides to humans and gods alike. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending, while others were kind and capable. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger Adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those Adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans are something more akin to close companions. This was as true back then as it is right now. Just how Shao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise. So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
I mean, Zhongli, what you're saying is...
It looks like you understood what I meant. Ah, the director asked me to accompany you on your return, but I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around and admiring the night scenery. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director. Goodbye for now.
Bye, Zhongli. Everyone's gone now. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively celebration ends. But at least you always stay by Paimon's side. No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, traveler.
It's my honor.
Good that you're aware of that. Shell, is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of Liyue Harbor.
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight, but it's time for me to leave. The events of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness.
The feeling's mutual. You don't have to thank me every time.
Okay. I'll see you next time then.
So, Venti said to go to the harbor to meet with an old friend. I wonder why. Right now, technically, the thing is done. Oh yeah, let's see what Venti wanted. But yeah, so we know Fontaine is going to be the next area. We know that much. They lied to us. Anyway, fine. Wanted to see like what else was there anyway. Also, I saw the new Lantern Rite trailer with the animations. It was actually kind of interesting. That's where we are.
Lantern Rite, huh? Well, I don't think I'll be doing anything special.
Anyway. What am I doing up here? I have no idea. Alright. So, now that Lantern Rite is done, I still have to do my dailies. But now that Lantern Rite is done, we can do the rest of the events. Yeah. It's all done. I had a lot of conversation with a who should I pull for, and I'm probably gonna go for Zhao because he's like Jaylon is a better sub DPS compared to Zhao. Zhao was like a good main DPS, but like with surrounding all the hype around him, yeah. I can see why. And plus, Zhao always gets a lot of reruns. I have a feeling that eventually he might actually go into standard one day. I don't know when.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Did I miss any coins? I don't think I did. I did. Fine. That will unlock in one day. Alright. Time to complete this one. We're doing this one. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Next. Okay. So now. Fuck. I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, so with that, with that. He was already walking in his face. There was no way to save him. Actually, maybe there was. No, there's nowhere. Actually, no, there is. Okay. that took a minute. Okay, so okay. How can I stop him from walking into that? Okay. Oh, I have an idea. Nope, because that's just death. Watch. No. I want to see if I can do this. Okay. Let's see. I need him to press this button, which will open that, but the thing is he can't turn around because of that. So, in order for me to do that, I have to... gently nudge it in the correct. No, that won't work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I had it before. I don't know what I did. Okay, so. No, it's not gonna work. I got. Let's see, let's see. Let's see, so he has to... It's more like I have to make him fall into there, in this direction. So, that's gonna be the hard one. Hmm. Wrong button. No. That was a pain in the ass. Fucking, he went the wrong way. I have to make it go the other way. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I have to. Finally! That was actually a little bit hard. Alright. The last one's gonna be going here. There you are! You said harbor. You didn't say boat. Or did he say boat? And I was just not paying attention to him.
This is such a cool ship! Facing the sea breeze and gazing out at the soaring seagulls. Makes me want to sing out loud! Kazuha, how about I stay here and be the ship's resident bard? What are my prospects?
With your level of artistic finesse, I'm sure nothing will go wrong. But I'm afraid the sailors aboard are not the most versed in the arts. They probably wouldn't understand the deeper meaning your poetry holds.
You can't say that for sure. Poetry is spur-of-the-moment creations. Anyone viewing the same sights and experiencing the same atmosphere would surely understand. There's a port in Mondstadt too, but I rarely get the chance to board any of the ships. Speaking of ships, everything's perfect about this one. Kozua, could you tell your captain that my height says nothing of my age? I'm way past drinking age. How often does one get to enjoy a seafood feast on a ship? It'll be a real shame if there isn't anything stronger to enhance the food. Pretty please?
There's not much I can do about that. It's not because Captain Beto's not on the ship right now, but because there's no room for negotiation on this matter. Even I have to sit in the no-drinking zone every time.
But I don't get drunk after just a few sips. Trust me, I can hold my liquor really well.
Even Kazuo wants to get drunk every now and then. I have to do this. I honestly don't fully understand this event. I'll just go for killing blows and just kill and just sink every other ship. That's what I'll do. I've never seen this one so often. So yeah. No. Fuck! I am taking back my coins. Wait, how did he win? Or was it that he just had he was alive at the time where he had the most coins? I don't understand this event. Okay. I already got it. Fine. There we go. Confirm the wish to invite Yao Yao? Yes. Yao Yao! I need 1,000 favor to get the crown that Crown of Insight. Look, it's a Yao Yao. Yao Yao. Anyway. Yeah. I'll be right back. Alright. I am back. So, we're now just waiting on the rest of the lantern, right? I am going to start doing my quests, and then we can do the story, the rest of the story, as it is in Sumeru after all. So I might as well do the rest of the Sumeru story. I thought I did this one.
Propagate! Scatter!
I was about to say, like, it did not look like it was alive. fire. Oh, yes, of course, because it will not reset.
What's your battle plan?
By royal decree.
Must be fake for mercy. Flood of frost. Shudder. Beg for mercy.
Shadow Maiden, let night fall.
More speed.
Odds reveal the
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Crush.
I hate those guys so much. Anyway.
That's close enough.
Shudder.
by royal decree.
Crush.
Need.
Freeze to the core.
Off the jungle.
Shudder.
I'll be back. Following orders. Feeling lucky today.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
No more tricks up the sleeve.
Crush.
You want this? You want this one?
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Crush. Shudder.
Alright. I'm surprised Pro hasn't jumped into my world to get some Primos. Also, there's rumors for 3.5. I saw on YouTube. So, for in 3.5, there's gonna be like a wind festival that's happening. Because that's where Mika is. That's when Mika's coming out. And Dea is coming out. And because of that,
Propagate! You are not welcome.
there's also rumor that during the festival, we might see Alice.
Beg for mercy. Flood of frost. Crush. Beg for mercy.
Germinate!
Shudder.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
So it is kind of
Beg for mercy.
interesting.
Crush.
You won this one.
Oh yeah, this is because of the transparency. This is kind of like the first time that you can actually see my model in full action. Thankfully, I finally figured out how to do that. So next time, when I want to create my own model, it'll look alright. Granted, it's still gonna be succubus, but it's gonna be like the succubus that I created. So yeah. Oh fuck. God, the mushrooms were never there. Anyway, we're back in Samara. You know what that means? Time to get some emotional damage and do the story. If it will load. There she is.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Ad Astra.
I remember back in Genshin that if you sent someone out on the expedition, you would not be able to play as them. Oh.
Benny,
I was about to say.
team, assemble!
I was about to say, wait a minute, what happened?
Oh.
Like did I C6 or something? No, it was just this thing. Okay. Time to change my team. I'm still always gonna be a Yule, I mean, because damage destruction? Like, come on.
The campaign begins.
That is just like shield destruction, pure damage.
The hunt begins.
That is just awesome. I could put him in the team. But the reason I'm not putting him on the team is because both he and Tartaglia need the Oceanid. And even though I'm ready for the Oceanid, listen, I just hate him. I just hate the Ocean. Oh, just like if I don't like the the elemental manifestation, or if I don't like the animal archon, the animal hypostasis, that is just minuscule because the elemental manifestation, the electro manifestation is just annoying. The animal thing is a pain in the ass. The animal hypostasis, the Oceanid. Oh, that thing can just go to hell. I do not like it at all. It is not fun. Like if you're unlucky to have the ducks, sorry, the chirp, the ducks, the crab, and the cranes, while the squirrels are chasing you, then you'll then yeah. Cause that's me every single time I verse that thing. And I think what is, oh yeah, and the frog. Sorry, not the frog. The chirps. No, yeah, the chirps, the ducks, because the duck has this wide AoE and it just charges at you. The chirps jumps to you. I think the frog does the same exact thing. The crab is somewhat less annoying, but it blows bubbles. Granted, it has like a little breathing room, so it's a little less annoying. The crane, they stay stationary, but they just send these shockwaves
You
at
want to
you.
learn
They
some
spam that
Favonia's
thing.
blade work?
Oh, that's,
All right then.
that
I'll
is
teach
criminal.
you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
Oh yeah, and the pigeons. Like, if you don't have any bow users, you're never touching that pigeon. They just stay in the air and they're never landing.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the SR?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have research out of our past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
In the article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
Riding Gokudan. Here we are. This is no. For mechanic was for the reason
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Where? Here the door. Where's the lunch box? When smiled as the cutter was a diary, and I hope you may load my behind. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff erased. Nothing has changed. Another effect of tampering with the information on Norman Soul. The Battleier said he erased 2 of his names. If he's really succeeded.
What do you think?
The masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma.
You 2 writers held.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
We got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Alright. Alright, that's 10. Remember, if I get to 30, if I'm able to get to here by the week's end, then yeah, I'll buy the battle pass, and then I'll collect everything from it. I try to get to 50 or at least to 40, but it's fine. Oh, there's one thing I do need to though. I keep forgetting to.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was interested in the situation with the Battleier.
Balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code name.
Even Nahida forgot.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember. Like last time, any changes to Emerald affect her as well. The Battleier acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. And the only one who still remembers things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With every part, you piece together back the story that was broken and scattered across time. Though once named Battleier, created by the Electro Archon, he was a puppet who lived among men. As a series of events Entire Inazuma, the balladeer, thinking he had thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust in humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength. He then returned to Inazuma to take revenge. He tried in vain to become the deity with a gnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul, learning the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Teyvat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm really not sure. We were enemies after all. I don't know his perception on this, so I can't say he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. I think that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it in another way, I know why the Balladeer was so
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
I just feel empty.
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yeah.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left. Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Hold up.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
How?
What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look. Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I've said.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer? When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this.
Oh, I get it.
Quench the flames and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live.
Oh.
It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
That's Nahida's toy box.
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet.
So stories of the past can be remembered as children's folktale. The most recent thing that comes to mind is Klee's Dodogo journey. I'm kind of wondering what if Dodogo is actually what if Dodogo is something else? Huh. Anyway. Another thing is, what if the Traveler writes a bunch of children's stories as a way to remember, for everyone to remember the past? Every story that he found that was hidden away. What if he writes it as children's stories and then publishes it and sends it out to everywhere? What if he does that? But the only promise he won't do is to keep the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. He'll keep it as a story, but he'll put it somewhere else. He won't publish it. Huh. But he'll write the entire thing, like why Rukkhadevata did the way she did, and allowing Nahida to be the Archon, because Nahida is Rukkhadevata. There's a copy of her in a sense.
This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
I've never had this feeling before. It feels like life is as insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot.
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along. Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later. Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head? You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Kinda sad. Like, what happened if the Traveler does do that? Like, he makes stories, like children's stories, allegories in a way, so that no one can, so everyone can remember what has happened, or everyone can have a truth of something. What if he feeds those children's stories to Irminsul? Would Irminsul remember the truth? Or what if he gives it to Zhongli and Zhongli remembers the truth? The truth about the past, the truth about the four descendants, about everyone.
We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Sorry, it's just give me a minute. Still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain. Dig this out. Gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Rukavada, forbidden knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Yeah. Greater Lord Rukavada said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation unless Lord Zanali to do deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukavada. But this is a crucial, important detail. It's something not possible for the balladeer to completely erase his own existence, in which case the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? The work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the balladeer.
Who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Follow him.
Stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
How did you drown in that?
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetius? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would have never believed this.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we weren't following you.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There's something I want to take to you. I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that...
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
We gotta take him back to his adopted mom.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you're trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called previous incarnation.
I have a feeling this is how they're gonna bring back La Senora. Not because they're gonna delete her or anything, but if La Senora were to resurrect herself, because that's her ability, she can resurrect herself even by a spark of flame. And she never used her vision power or anything. Like, all of her abilities, she doesn't use a delusion nor vision. All of her abilities were just magic. And her flame abilities are her own power. And as well as the cryo side we saw of her, that was just probably from that catalyst thing that was floating from her. But she doesn't use any visions or any delusions. So if La Senora were to come back and come back as the Crimson Witch of Flames, she's going to her appearance is definitely going to be altered, because in order for playable characters, you have to have them really stand out. Because if for example the Wanderer, you can see his back because that's what we see 90% of the time. So you at least gotta make that look nice and appealing, give it a nice flow. As for La Senora, what was covering her back? It was her entire coat. It was everything. Scaramouche. He wasn't playable because of his hat. That thing that was covering his back was covering everything. And if you look at his back then, it was not appealing. But now, when you look at at the back, it has a lot of knickknacks and ornaments attached to it. Same thing with Nahida. Her back has this little flowy cape, and it's kind of interesting.
Oh, like a past life or something?
So if La Senora were to come back, she's definitely going to get a heavy character alteration. Definitely.
Yes.
Like, see?
Something far more distant.
This is what we stare at.
So far away that you cannot perceive it.
So if La Senora were to come back she's going to get like something like an alteration similar to like this, where it's gonna have all like nice knickknacks, a nice flow and aesthetic. And how she can come back, it's very easy. She was the Crimson Witch of Flames. She had the power to come back and revive herself. If she wanted to revive herself, she could easily do that.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Alright.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the God of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Let me type this command 1 second.
Don't worry.
Well, a lot of my
Whatever
commands
danger
are
I might
not
face, it's my burden to bear.
are not working. That's actually
Traveler,
interesting.
could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
I will have to reset some of the commands. It's fine. Yeah, sorry if I'm taking a little bit of a thing. There we go. I hope that my thing is watching. Okay, so that's weird. That is very weird. No, Nightbot's not working. Nightbot is definitely not coming back, which is funny. Okay. Oh, Nightbot's down currently. Okay, so I'll have to actually talk to them. Yeah, so that's what happened. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, so Nightbot experienced a little power outage and could not successfully connect to Twitch recently. This was about like last year.
This looks like Inazuma. Now you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just finishing the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Go this way. Oh, nope. I go that way. The chest.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
It's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever. This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together. What happened to the child then? He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Shut up!
This is bad. I guess this is it.
Oh, I want all of them.
Well met.
Beg for mercy.
Don't be a killjoy.
Scatter!
We've only just begun.
There is no escape. Shut up! Get out of your
I see
dream.
through you.
Crush.
You can't run. Well, try. Looks like you're being a killjoy.
Beg for mercy.
We've only just begun.
Vengeance will be mine.
You can't run. Well, looks like I went too far.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Ooh, that music, I hear it.
Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
There she is.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more
Yeah, they have to
meaningful
have
use of your
something.
time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Lies.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Morphe, shut up! Beg for mercy. Her Majesty's power flows through me! Winter.
I will get to that response.
Shine down! Amuse myself a little. Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Crush! Blink! I'll be back with a vengeance.
Ah, thanks. It's not like I need that.
Let me amuse myself a little. There is no escape. Beg for mercy. The more, the merrier. Inazuma shines eternal. Blink. Let me amuse myself a little. Shut up. Illusion shadow. Beg for mercy. Blood of frost. Shut up. Crush. Look at me. Just once.
Hurry up.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's a doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon. Let's move on.
Anyway, I've right now contacted the Nightbot staff to figure out like what is going on with Nightbot, as it is not responding at all.
Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
Oh, you are human, Mother.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Are you saying?
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this a true meaning of the greater Lord Rukkhadevata's word? A person can't erase himself, even though the original Balladeer is gone. This person will live in his place. As a person's sins is an inescapable part of their destiny too.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free?
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasu will be thrilled. This is my...
Is he alright? No way!
He's having an episode.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Oh, he's back! Oh,
This
yeah.
is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions? Quit following me. Be more human.
Okay.
At my command, you shall fall. Behold.
I have never actually played the ballad. Okay, I just healed.
My endless cycle, wretched vermin.
Oh, that's what it was.
Squalor fury. Insignificant past. The wind rises.
That's how I do it.
Cry louder.
Okay. Yeah, I actually love the movie. I love Balladur's mechanics. I just never played it properly, like in a fight. I haven't, obviously, but like,
Get out
I
of my
haven't
sight.
practiced him.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now that you recovered your memory, the past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me.
Well, I am.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Me, myself, not I. That's a splurge. So, yeah.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer. It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted. You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You don't want to go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical trait.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
I have a feeling that they might eventually reveal, like, release the Balladeer's original skin. So like you can so of course like we can have like the Balladeer skin, because that'd be cool. And then all of his like combo attacks can just change into a like a purpley hue in a sense, or at least something like that, because that'd be very cool. And if they bring La Senora as a playable character, I still have hopes that they will. Look, I've had hopes of Sora not being in Smash, and look where I am now. I'm on the top. I should have put money on that, and there we go. But no. Besides that, for La Senora, I do believe that she might be a playable character. Granted, with a lot of changes to her and to her kit, because she does not have a vision. So what are they going to give to her? A pyro or a cryo vision? Because she uses both. So we don't know what's going to happen. If they were to bring her back, she might be a catalyst pyro user, and she might be a support. She might actually go to heal and do healing based damage. Yes, she probably could be like DPS, a little bit DPS, like a sub DPS, but her main kit would be support. I can see that for her, because she's like, I can see that. I don't know why I can see that. But she's definitely gonna have a massive cosmetic change. If they were to give her the cryo side, I can see her still being a sub DPS, but a little bit of a main DPS. I definitely can see that. But she might give buffs to people in the party and stuff like that. But I'm mainly leaning on the side of sub DPS support for La Senora. And at the same time, if they were to release her, they release her originally, like her altered self, and then maybe down the line they would release her to her custom skin. Same thing with the Wonder. Like, I feel like they would do that.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nihida doesn't see him that way.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
So, because there's records of our sister in Irminsul, that means she's not a descendant. She's not. So I was wrong at that point, but it's fine. That means her history can be altered because there's records of her. But so I'm guessing so something happened to her. I think what we're encountering. So it was probably a theory. This is a theory, and it's probably been confirmed. I'll explain on it later.
I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I want to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I didn't do it for this reward. Please, don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
I hope you can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
You want us to decide?
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Alright. I know the nickname.
Have you got anything?
There's a limit of numbers. So You obtain the episode from the Archon quest. As you're chaining its island turfs, please know that shames cannot be utilized. Once you've renamed this character, some interface in the game going forward will display the name that you've changed. Da 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 da. That's the terms and service. Da 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 da. Okay. Alright. I want to give him my name. I want to give him my name because so he and I can share our journeys together. So he and I can share the name together. Yeah.
You want to share your name with me? Not a bad choice.
We're on this journey together. Yes, I think this will do.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
That's the reaction if you actually share him name. He's like, you want to give me your name? Yeah.
Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What are you planning on doing next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Honestly, this fits.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you. Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
That man does not deserve an
What
ugly
he went
nickname.
through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down. Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving. Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
You know what's funny? Throughout the entire channel's history, I'm actually caught up with the story. Now I gotta do the same thing with Final Fantasy.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Hang on, I want to get these birds. 1 second.
More speed.
I wonder, does the name change in here as well, or is it just for the story? It does! It does change! Nice!
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
I'll buy some delicious treats as your work.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at that vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
You sound lost and confused.
Of course, okay.
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced.
Is this
The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground.
Is this Rukadavata?
Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Is this Rukadavata or is this Alice?
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe my eyes. Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I wonder what awaits me in the future. There we go. The inversion of Genesis. That concludes everything. What did we get? Oh. So it's there if I want to change the name. I don't think I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna change it. I don't think I will. But it's there. Anyway. That was the story of Genshin. For now, I just gotta do story. I just have to do a lot of stuff. So, I do have Nahida unlocked. I just need to unlock through you. That's everyone. Yeah, just these two, because I do not have everyone here. Yeah. I'm surprised that Yelan did not get a story quest. Oh, she did. Then I did it. Then rip. There we go. Hero's Journey. Alright. I got Bennett. Yeah. Anyway, so for now, we did everything. For now, I will continue with Genshin, but I won't be as active as I can. As I will. I'll still do stuff with it. I just need to finally go back to play Final Fantasy. So yeah. I will be doing a lot of offline streaming. A lot of offline grinding for Genshin. But I can actually finally take a break with it. Once I get enough primos and all that stuff, I can finally relax. Because, yes, I need to farm a lot of stuff. And yeah. Probably by the time you see me again, the new story drops or another quest drops. Probably during the quest, because like there's not a lot of events happening. But as of right now, the only thing I'm technically waiting for are these. Alright, just like these little things, just to finish the lantern right up, and that unlocks in a day. So, yeah, I probably will still do them offline because we already know how this goes, and it's fine. But yeah, we were together for Lantern Rite. We did everything, and now I'm just going to finally relax a little bit, because I was hammering Genshin home. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed your stay. I do hope you enjoyed the stream. And I now have my my VTuber avatar finally in proper display. So you can actually see my horns, like my horns. Me. And you can see more of me without that background or that distracting desk. And that's honestly what's awesome about it. Once I get more accustomed with VTubing and I create a proper avatar, I'll be able to move my character around a lot more. But yeah, anyway, for now, this will be me signing off, and I hope to see you all again, and maybe I'll be playing Final Fantasy. So, for now, have a good day, have a good sleep, be smiling when the new sun approaches, and stay positive, all right?